Hey everybody, how you doing? So, yeah, I know, I'm finally back. It's been such a long time. I'm glad to be back because I have something exciting that I'm working on right now. I had just picked up a FujiFilm GX680 II. Now, this camera is a huge camera for me, and we'll get into the camera and the body itself in a little bit. But I got a whole bunch of accessories that came along with it, and I would like to bring you in to take a look at these and to see what I got in one big package. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. Go straight over here to the table and let's see what I got. Okay, so let me show you what came with this here whole package. It's a bit much. We have 3 lenses in the case. Okay, and then one on here on the body itself. Okay, there's a 80 millimeter 5.6, a 65 meter 5.6, a 115 3.2, and a 180 3.2. Okay, those are the 4 lenses that came with it. Now it has a total of 5 backs. Okay, it has 2 220s, and it has 3 120s. Okay, so there's 5 backs for this thing. Okay, now we have a battery and a charger, which I can't seem to get it to charge up. Okay, then over here we have the DC power pack. Okay, which means in studio I can plug it in and run off that instead of wasting batteries. Okay, and speaking of batteries, the battery packs, I have 2 of them here. Okay, and they simply take 6 AA's. Okay, and it works well. I tried that already. It came with an extra bellows, which I believe is for like a close-up kind of thing, macro. It also came with a wide-angle bellows, 2 filters, blue. They're both blue, 95 millimeter. That's huge. Okay, so they're both blue, so it's probably nothing I can use. And then we have a format mask. Now this shoots a 6x8, but if I put this mask on there, I can bring it down to 6x6. Okay, which is very helpful because I like square format. Okay. Also, it came along with it, which I'm not extremely familiar with. And it looks like these are remote releases. Okay, but I got 4 of them. I don't understand why they sent me 4 of them. So that's a mystery to me. I know there's 4 lenses and now there's 4 releases. I know that they don't attach to that, so it can't be that. So I'm going to figure out why I have 4 of them. Now in here, because this is a waist level viewfinder, what also I got with it is this sweet thing, so you can bring it up to your eye, you know, and you simply detach that, put this on, and that works that way. Now, along with this, it did come with a manual. Okay, this manual is not really a whole lot of help to me because this is a 2. This is the GX680 II. This manual is for 3, and that's okay. So some of the stuff will be applicable, but some of it won't. The body does not have a camera or a battery outlet for it, but the 3 does, so that was in here. But a lot of the stuff in here is basically a description of the parts and what the parts do, and very little of how to make them do them. So that's one thing that I have to work out on my own. Like I said, it does shoot a 6x8, and I did run a couple through. I don't know if you can see that. It might be upside down. There you go. I did run a couple through. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully we can get there. And I shot 100 speed film. Now inside these, that's a 220. That's a 120. Now to take off the back to load your film in, okay, you pull the switch, it pops open, okay, and this is what you have. You pinch those 2 to take the cartridge out. Okay, and there's a diagram on how to load the cartridge. You know what I mean? Move this over, and it comes around the back end here. You know, and then after it's rolled on there, it goes back in. You shut the door. Okay, and when you put it in there, it winds it to the first one, and which leads to this. This is another thing that came with it. Okay, it's a small little case here, but it comes with an extra one. So I can actually load this in my pocket, or in my bag, I mean, and have this ready to go to throw into another bag if I don't want to take a whole big bag with me. Okay, so those are the things that I got with it for now. Okay, so let me come back in front of the camera and I'll show you this beast of a camera. Okay, so what we have here is the side view of this camera. Now, on the side view here, it's going to show it's in the off position now. There's an on and off switch on the battery, which is on the other side here. There's an on and off switch on the battery. Okay, so when you turn that battery on, okay, there's also an on and off switch here for the body to get that juice. Okay, so it's your single shot after you turn it on, continuous shot, the multi-shot, and then there's your film wind button there. Now, when I turn it on, okay, it's going to blink up top here because I still have my dark slide in. That's telling you something is wrong and it's not ready yet. But as soon as you take your dark slide out while it's on, okay, that light should go steady. And there's a handy holder for your dark slide here. Okay, now I already have film in this bag, so I'm not going to run a shot for you, but I will put the mirror up because we have the mirror selector here. Okay, a test and a sync, so you can sync your flash at the top. There's a hot shoe up top here. Okay, so let me put the mirror up quick and take a listen to that. So now the mirror is up, and that's for when you need, you know, to do specific work. I'm sure everybody's familiar with that sort of thing. So down. Okay, so that, put the mirror back down. Now I'm going to turn this off and turn the battery off. Don't really need it for right now, for what I'm going to show you here. Now this knob here, it displays, you know, your shutter speeds. It goes by the top here. Now it goes shutter speed up to 400. However, you press this button here and you can take it, and it says auto. I haven't tried auto yet, you know, but you can go down to bulb mode, which, you know, your mirror and stuff like that. So you can go down to bulb mode with it. Okay. So that's this side of it. Once again, here are the rails to do your focus. Okay. Now here's the back. Now I like how they designed this back. Okay. I like how they have it set up. If the dark slide is not in the slot, you can't take it off, and that's with most cameras, you know what I mean. So we'll put the dark slide back in. If I can get it, there we go. Put the dark slide back in. So the dark slide back in. Now to take this off, well, first of all, you can revolve it. Right now it's in landscape, so if you press this button down here, you can rotate it. Okay, and when you wrong way. When you rotate it, that's the wrong way. Yes, there you go. You can rotate it into portrait mode. So now it's in portrait mode. Okay, and then you press the button to bring it back to landscape. Now, I like the fact that it stops, so you're not confused. You know what I mean? Is it completely there? It is. Okay, but once it's back here, you can't take it off without a dark slide being in, which is what I was trying to get at a few seconds ago. So the dark slide is in, and you press this button, and you turn it the opposite way. You turn it counterclockwise, just a partial turn, and it comes off, you know. And there you can see, I already have the insert in there to shoot 6x6, because that's what I want to shoot on this roll of FP4 that I have in there. I loved how they have this little convenient line here. so you know exactly where it needs to go to get it to go lock in. That's very, very convenient, you know, because sometimes you may know with particular lenses and stuff, you might have to mess with it a little bit to find the right spot for it to go in. Okay, now here's the back. Okay, like I said, there's FP4 in here, so I already set my ISO. Okay, press the ISO and use the dial to put the correct one there. It already is on the first frame. It shows I have a full battery. Okay, and the batteries go in the bottom here, and they are the CR2s. Okay, now I can't take this back off, but I'll show you in a second. I'm going to put this back on. Okay, and that's as simple as that gets. You know, I mean, that's fairly straightforward. Now, on the side here, we have the battery pack. Now, to remove or put the battery pack in there, you have to come out just a little bit, okay, on your rail focus, okay, just to make a small little bit of clearance on this side, so that when you press the release button here for the battery, you can bring it out and take it off. So you need a little bit of extra room there, which is nice. It's really, you know, convenient. So, and put it back on. And like I said, there is a switch for it. Okay, and that's pretty straightforward. Now the front. Oh, the fun part. So, here's your lens. Okay, and this one that I have in there is a 65mm. And as I was saying before, you have your apertures on the side here. So there's your apertures, and it does show in an indicator up here as well. Your aperture does show on top here. Now, these knobs here, these ones in the middle, I haven't quite figured out yet, but I will. Okay. As far as the top ones go, these top ones, they control the rise, and these bottom ones here, they control the tilt. Okay, and let me show you real quick. So I loosen them up, and then I can rise, and it stops, and then I can fall. Okay, rise, and then right in the center, and it stops on its own when it's back to 0. So it stops on its own, which is nice. Now, the bottom ones, like I said, those are for tilt. So you loosen it, and you see automatically it drop down. So you can tilt up, tilt down, and there's a little catch in the middle where you can feel it, and you lock down the one side, and then you lock down the other side. Okay. There's a switch here, and I haven't quite figured this one out just yet, but I will. I know it also has a shift, you know what I mean, a side shift, you know, but I don't know which one that is either. So, but on the focus, when you do focus, when you get it where you need it to be, there's a lever here that you pull out, and it locks the knob. So you can't bump it out of focus once you lock it in, okay? Which is another convenient thing here that I like a lot. So basically that's what I know so far. Okay. Yeah, so let's get this on the floor and I'll show you the top view of this camera. Okay, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, so there it is, there's the top. Like I said before, we have your aperture on the side of the lens here. Okay, and now there's a viewfinder on top here where you can see it, and that makes it really convenient. You don't have to like lean to the other side and try to see where you're at. And like as I was explaining from the top view, here's the, you know, here's your shutter speeds and stuff. Like I said, I never tried auto, but you know what I mean, maybe sometime we'll get into that. The switch for the battery is here. Okay, and now if I turn it on, and you can see it's blinking. This is the blinking I was trying to explain earlier, and I hope you can see that. It's blinking, which indicates that the dark slide's in. So let me take the dark slide out, and it goes solid. Okay, now it's ready to shoot. Okay, So let's turn it back off, turn the battery off. Okay, and we'll put the dark slide back in later. So for now, this is the waist level viewfinder. Yeah, its grid is nice, the glass is really nice, and to release this, once again you have to move the bellows out just a little bit to give it room. There's a switch right here. If you press this switch, okay, move it up a little bit, and it comes right off. There's these two hooks. I don't know if you can see that good, but there's these two little hooks that go on either side. You slide it in, and it slides back, and it clicks into place. And on that same note, while we have it here, here's the eyepiece. Remember this guy? It goes in the exact same way as the other one does. Okay, you find the hooks, put them in, and then you slide it back. Did you hear that click? And then that's it. And then there is, if you wanted to do it that way. So, take it off. Okay, sorry for the little hiccup there. The batteries died, I had to change them out. So, let's get back to where we were here on the top, okay? We went over your aperture being in the window here. We went over the shutter speed being there, okay? On and off. Now, one thing I did miss, okay, earlier is underneath the lens, in the center, there's another knob to turn, and when you do that, that's where the lens slides from left to right. Okay, you can make it slide from left to right. Okay, so now on the back here, if you see on the back, it's turned on. Actually, there's no on-off switch for the back itself. I'm thinking that I should shoot these and then take the batteries out because there's no on-off switch. So anyway, I'm not sure if we can zoom in a little bit, if it shows it or not. It shows on the top here your ISO, and like I said before, you can go into the slot here and you can select ISO, use your knob to change it. I don't know what they were using before me, but it was set at 600. So it's at 125. Okay, it's telling me that it's a 120 film, and on the bottom line that goes left to right there, well, that's the battery. So the battery is full charge. There's a number 1 because that's the first frame. Now, because I have the insert in there, it also shows me in the box there that it's a 6x6. So the back knows how to wind this thing, determined by if that insert is in there or not. Okay, so that's really awesome. You know, so I can get a full 6x6 without having the back shoot 6x8, but only capturing 6x6. You know, that would leave too big of a gap in between frames. So this way I get the full thing, and that's really nice to see. So that's basically all I have right now for this camera, you know. Okay, everybody, I'm going to end this video here. I didn't realize how far it's been going as far as the time on the video. I plan on taking it out and doing something in the field and showing you the results. How about if I just make another video at the end of this, and we'll do a second video with the results. How's that sound? Okay, thanks for joining me. I'm going to go. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, I appreciate any comments you might have for me, suggestions, tips, anything like that. Thanks. See you next time.